So have you ever heard the saying, if you build it, they will come? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about essentially the problems of starting up something, being a small creator, being a small business, and trying to expand your brand and have people jump on board and see the vision the same way that you do. So let's just jump into it. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me. And if you're new here, my name is Jonathan Moore. I have a visual media company. I'm a creative entrepreneur. And while I like to make videos like these for other creatives out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live. So today's concept is, if you build it, they will come. I know that you've probably heard that saying before. Maybe you've never seen the movie, which is Field of Dreams, where this guy builds this baseball field and then people come and listen, I'll play a little clip in the video so you can see, but I'm not going to jump into that right now. Here's the thing when it comes to building up something. You're building up a new business, you're building some type of platform, and you want to get people on board. You're trying to work with others, right? But when you're just starting out, it's very difficult. The first problem that you're going to have, especially when you're starting out, is that more than likely, nobody's going to want to actually work with you. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't support you, right? They'll support you from a distance, right? You might tell them, hey man, I got this great idea. I want to create X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be like this, that, and the third. And most people, they won't want to actually work with you. They'll support you from a distance. They might be like, yeah, that's a good idea, man. Let me see, how you make out with it. But really, you might want more support from people actually working with you. But when you're small and you're just starting out and it's just an idea, more than likely people, they just don't want to work with you. Now, the thing about it is how do you overcome this? How do you combat this? And the answer is simply, you have to invest into your own dreams. You have to be the one to take the steps to actually make it happen, right? And that saying, if you build it, they will come. The first part is absolutely true. You're the one who's going to have to build it. You're the one who's going to have to put in all of the sweat equity and really get this thing going. You're going to be the one getting it up out the mud and starting to manifest it from just your idea into something that's actually tangible. As you're going along your journey and you're building this up, the next thing that you're going to have to do if you want people to come on board and work with you, all right, is you're going to have to make them believe. And the way that most people believe is they actually have to see it, right? They have to see it to believe it, right? So you have to create that visual. You have to start bringing this thing to life in a way that other people can actually see it. Now, there's going to be some people that you can connect with and you can kind of convey your idea to them and they can maybe see your vision and get the picture. But for the most part, most people are going to need something actually tangible, right? So you got to make them see it to believe it. So now that you have this thing built, right, and they're starting to actually see it and you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, and people are seeing that even from a distance. And then they start to believe. They say, okay, you actually, you got something going over here. You maybe have something that we might want to be a part of, right? So you have to build it up. You have to make them believe it. Then that's when people usually want to come and they want to be a part of something. A lot of times when you're just starting out, you're getting something off the ground, up out the mud. People don't want to be a part of that, right? They don't want to be a part of, of bringing it all together, right? They want to come when everything's ready, when the system is in place and they can just kind of insert themselves here and help you get from point A to point B or, something along those lines. But a lot of times people don't have a vision. And especially if you're talking about a business where you're talking about you're going to have to put in a lot of work, a lot of sweat equity, and you might not be making any type of money. That's a tough one, right? You have to have somebody who truly believes in your vision and can understand the long game. So whatever it is that you're doing, you got to remember, you're going to have to play the long game. If you believe in an idea and you think that you can bring this bad boy to life, you're going to have to work on bringing it to life. You're going to have to play the long game, because once you have this, thing that you dreamed of and you manifest it and it's actually in its physical and real form and people can see it and touch it and smell it and taste it or whatever the case may be, right? At that point in time, they'll want to be a part of it. Once you're at the point where you have this thing built up, it has life, it has legs, it's starting to run on its own. At that point in time, more opportunity will come because, like I said in the previous segment, right? Once people see what you have, then they want to be a part of it. Once you have a platform built, then people want to be on your platform, right? If you're trying to build up your platform, a lot of times it's like, oh, yeah, they'll support you. But once you have it built, then they want to be a part of it, okay? And then at that point, that's when opportunity will start to come to you, right? Because you've planted the seeds all along the way, right? You've been doing this, you've been doing that, you've been meeting this person, that person, you've been, just bringing everything together. It's like you've been tilling the soil, you've been planting the seeds, and now you're going to start to reap the harvest, and now you're going to start to reap the benefits. And at that point, that's when opportunity comes to you. And because it works out this way, you have to choose wisely who you want to be a part of your project, of your business, of your idea that you are bringing to life. At this point, you just have to be careful, right? You have to choose wisely because you don't know. Everybody has their own agenda. They have their own plans. Everybody wants to know what's in it for me. Okay, so you have to make sure that you protect this. And I'm really kind of speaking about businesses, or maybe you're trying to build a platform, something along those lines. But at that point in time, you have to protect it. You have to choose wisely, but you have to stay patient and let the opportunities come to you. And after all, you've been putting in all this time, you've been working, you've been getting it out the mud. And at this point, this is when all those opportunities come to you. So you want to stay patient and make sure that you choose wisely because you want to protect this thing that you actually brought to life. So that's it for me today, guys. Hopefully you found this video useful, maybe helpful, maybe inspiring to some degree. I don't know. But either way, for all my people out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live, this is your man, Jonathan Moore, and I'm signing out. Peace.